Lucas is the home to this very unique church, the Church of the Theotokos and Katholikon. And this was built between the 10th and 12th centuries. And we see a lot of monastic churches in the area. We see a monastic foundation on this hermitage site, in other words, pilgrimage site, of the town, and it becomes a pilgrimage site for Christian followers. In terms of the exterior, what we see is this very interesting technique, almost a cloisonne type technique, where we see light-colored varied stones bordered by red bricks, almost like they're piecing the stones together to make everything work. It's a very unique sort of structure, and we see an interplay of the windows, the apses, and various roof lines that give us a sense of a very dynamic building, a very unique building. In terms of the plan, these are two churches that essentially grew together. The Church of the Theotokos in blue in the lower right, and the Katholikon in red in the upper left. The Katholikon is a central plan church. The plans seem to be more complex, or be becoming more complex as we go, whereas the Theotokos in blue there is primarily that cross in square plan that we've seen before with a dome in the center, and then the narthex and the apses creating that rectangular form. So again, that sort of cube with dome that we see so often in the East at the center of the church, and then they're building off of that. In terms of the interior of the Katholikon, we see Middle Byzantine church decor focusing more on things such as the New Testament. And we see images of the life of Jesus, a hierarchy of religious figures that moves from top to bottom. Jesus at the top here, moving down to the archangels, the saints, and then we have the apostles, the Virgin Mary. So it is really creating a hierarchy when you look at the whole thing overall. Murals eventually will replace many of the mosaics, but we are looking at some of the original mosaics. In the central dome, we see Christ Pancurator, in other words, Christ in splendor, Christ being depicted on his own, giving a sign of blessing with his right hand and holding scripture in his left. And then we have scenes from the life of Jesus here in these squinches, in these quarter domes that we see surrounding the central dome.